Good evening, learners. This is Mr. Johnson. Right before I went to say that, I swallowed like a long piece of hair, so that was very disturbing. Hopefully I can get through this without choking on any more of my own head hair. No more cat hair. I am away from all the cats. So shouldn't be any more distractions, but I'm going to try to get this done for you. I've been meaning to do this for the past couple of days. Hopefully we won't have any technical difficulties. But I am going to record an attempt to make a very quick and nasty and very simplified version of a utopian society for this project, in case any of you need any help or any maybe inspiration. I'm going to be working alongside with Bob, the very lazy student. He needs a lot of help with this. He's given me some ideas, so maybe he'll help me finish this tonight in one go. I doubt I'll be able to finish it because he is very useless. He's not the brightest student in the world, but Bob has he's trying. At least that's what I care about. So the Utopian Project, again, for a utopia. We're looking for a perfect world, a perfect society in your mind. You and your partner have probably already talked and discussed about what your society will look like. And I've seen a lot of good things from you, from most of my students and most of my classes. So I'm just here tonight going to, maybe help with the last push, the Google slide part, which I think is confusing a couple of students. So if you need help, please watch this video like once or twice. Give me the ad revenue. I'm trying to make it big on YouTube. But here we go. So step one, number one, easiest one in the world. What are some challenges in this world? What are some issues that maybe you and your partner care about? What do you hope to fix in your utopia? All right. Bob and I discussed it. Since Bob, he is the student. It's his grade that's on the line. So I really talked to him about this, and he cares about three things. Well, more than three, but just for this project, he cares about three things. He cares. Hopefully I don't break my mouse doing this, but he cares, he wants to fix homelessness. All right. Hopefully I spell everything correctly. That would be very embarrassing as an English teacher. But he wants to fix homelessness. He wants to see if he, can find people shelter, if he can find people places to live, if he can make maybe affordable housing for multiple people and multiple families. He really cares deeply about this issue. Bob also cares about, I was very surprised when he said this because he lives the complete opposite lifestyle, but he cares for healthy living. I don't know if you've ever met Bob, but he's not very healthy. So he wants people to be very active. He wants people to, stop with, he's not really for people smoking or drinking, but this is his utopia, right? He wants people to be a little bit more healthy, care about their health, so they can maybe live a little bit longer. All right. The next one, again, he is a dirty liar. Bob just lies through his teeth. I didn't know he cared about this, but he cares about the environment. All right. He really wants the environment to last past his own lifetime. He wants his children and his children's children to enjoy the earth. I don't think he's ever going to get married, but don't tell him I said that. But Bob, he really cares about the environment. All right, so homelessness, he wants to take care of homelessness. He wants people to be more active, living healthy lives, and he cares about the environment. All right. 2 and 3. All right, this is where I've seen other students struggle, and Bob is also struggling with this. All right, what is the name of your utopia? If you cannot think of a name, it is okay. I've seen students use fantasy name generators. That is fine. Now, Bob and I talked for a while. Again, it doesn't have to be the most creative thing in the world. You can be kind of, out there with your name. It doesn't have to be perfect. But for now, he told me he wants to name his utopia Sugar, I think he said Sugar Drop Valley. That makes no sense, and Bob is crazy. Sugar Drop Valley, I don't even know what that means, but that's what he wants his utopia to be called. His slogan, well, we may come back to the slogan, but your slogan, it needs to be catchy. You need to, catch the attention of your classmates because, again, you are voting for the best one. Sugar Drop Valley, I don't think is going to win any awards. Bob is totally useless. He's not going to get any of your votes with Sugar Drop Valley, but we'll see what we can come up with. The bottom, here's the fun part. All right, there are 32 characteristics that you need to kind of think about. You need to choose 6 of these characteristics of maybe a utopia. These 6 things will become your slides on your PowerPoint, or the bulk of your information on your brochure if you chose to do a brochure. These 6 things should deal with what you have up here. So homelessness. All right, Bob really cares about fixing the homeless issue. Well, if you look through these, my mouse already went over a very obvious one. But if you look through these, one way to help with homelessness is maybe housing. He needs to talk about the housing in his utopia. All right, 1 down, 5 to go. Okay, he's going to talk about maybe the housing, maybe what types of homes there are, the cost of them, if they cost anything. Another thing that Bob could maybe talk about, professions and careers. It's one thing to own, professions and career or employment. It's one thing to own or live in a home. It would be great to own it though. And to own a home, you need to have a job and you need to be able to afford it, right? So in his utopia, he wants people to still work and support the community. And if they are supporting the community, they'll be able to live pretty much rent-free, right? He cares about healthy living. He wants people to be more active, take care of their bodies. So sports, what type of sports maybe? Does he care about people being active that way? I think, free time, he cares maybe about the free time that's going on. How are people using their free time? And the food, I would say that is a very big thing as well. You can't really be healthy. Exercise and sleep, those are only two ways to be healthy. You gotta care about the food. Sleeping well, eating well, and exercising well. So we got, maybe our exercise, now we're gonna eat well. Then he cares about the environment, like a hippie. All right, let me see. In the environment, maybe the average climate, maybe sightseeing, maybe the location itself would be pretty good. Arts and entertainment, that could be pretty good. The environment. Parks and recreation. All right, I care about that. That could be pretty good. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is perfectly okay. For each one that you highlight or circle, whatever, it will become a slide. If I have 7 slides or 7 things that I want to talk about, that is okay. All right. Once you choose your things that maybe you want to talk about, you need to get started on your slide. Now, I found an amazing website called Slides Go. It will give you really great templates that you want to use. And I found this great template. I'm not too creative. I can't make anything like this, but I'm going to go ahead and name this. What did Bob want? I think he wanted Sugar Drop Valley. All right, so we're back in Sugar Drop Valley, and you would make your PowerPoint just like you would any other class. Title it Sugar Drop Valley. Ooh, I like it so far. I don't have a slogan just yet. He hasn't really given me anything, so I might just have to come up with something off the top of my head. So Sugar Drop Valley, his slogan could be where the drops don't stop. I don't know if that works. That could mean something entirely different than what I'm thinking, but we'll just go with it. Where the drops, sugar drop, okay, where the drops are sweet. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna roll with it. Sugar Drop Valley, where the drops are sweet. I like it. All right, Bob, you will owe me a little bit of money just for coming up with this amazing slogan or catchphrase, off the top of my head. Now, I got a couple of slides that, I was thinking about using. I don't know if I'll need this one, so I'll go ahead and delete this one. All right. One thing that you can do is, include pictures, include graphs or information, statistics, but you need to go ahead and choose. Let's say I want to talk about, let me say, housing. Housing is, again, a major thing I want to talk about for him. So housing, you need to start imagining. This is where the fun part begins. You need to start imagining in your mind what housing looks like for your group or wherever you decide it. So I'll make some bullet points. So housing for me, I want my housing to be, let's say, massive apartment or condo style living. All right. Completely, let me say completely, or green. I like this. Green housing, meaning that it runs off of maybe recycling or solar power. Because if I put green housing, not only is this slide beginning to take care of homelessness, but it's also helping the environment. Notice how I'm tackling two of my issues with one thing. All right. He cares about green housing. Again, this is a very bad example. Bob isn't going to get a good grade on this because he needs to expand on some of these. But you could do free housing for all who work in the community in Sugar Drop Valley. So as long as you're working, you get to live there. So this is kind of like Jamestown. John Smith, when he and the rest of the colonists arrived in the New World, he said, if you do not work, you do not eat. I'm kind of imagining that. Sugar Drop Valley is the same thing. If you do not work, you don't get to eat. You do not get to live rent-free. They would just kick you out. So you got to work. All right. Well, again, this is a very bad example, but you can kind of make your PowerPoint pretty and all that good stuff. I'm imagining if I had, more creativity in my own brain, have some pictures done over here. Again, you can use the website called Klecky. I'll spell it over here for you if you need help. But Klecky is a great website. It's a paint alternative. You can draw however you want to, make your own artistic stuff. You can, massive apartment condo style. I have maybe some large buildings out here. It's probably not the best thing for the environment. Maybe a log cabin would be better, but I don't care too much. I'm thinking maybe more futuristic utopia. I was just keeping this slide because it looked pretty nice. I can have, again, housing over here, pictures down here, apartment right here, picture right here as well. But what was another one? I chose parks and recreation because, again, I care about healthy living. So if I was creating this, again, one of the things that you want to do is you want to convince your classmates to want to visit or live in your place. So visit all of the mini parks. I would definitely have like a picture down here that shows off maybe where maybe this vast and beautiful landscape. Water slides included, or water park included. All right, I'm now making this up. My Utopia is also going to be a water park at the same time. That's just amazing. I would love this place. But you could, let me see, I can do this real quick. Maybe water park. I'm going to steal something real quick. Oh, this is perfect. I'm going to insert this water park. Bob loves water parks like this as well. I'm sure there's an easier way to insert a picture, but oh my goodness. Doesn't that look really cool? You could also insert, anything like that. Search the web. My students, I'm sure y'all are very creative. You are probably just as good at finding images like this, online, or unable to create some images. My computer is useless sometimes. But, you can be creative. You can make your own drawings again of it. Maybe this picture will work. Oh, this is a terrible picture. Why is it so long? But, oh, goodness. Bob, what are you doing? But, you could do anything like that. Let's see if I can find anything for the housing real quick. Search the web. Let's do a condos. There are like a bunch of condos. Ooh, a skyrise. I don't know how my Utopia is going to afford to build all of this, but let's choose this one. This one looks nice. Oh, that's actually a good location for it. I'll keep it right there for now. This is what maybe my condos are going to look like. They're going to live in this giant complex. I sound almost like a cult. So maybe you shouldn't come visit Sugar Drop Valley. But, let's go for another one. I care also about employment. All right, employment. Let's recreate this slide real quick. So employment. This is where, again, you can have some fun with it. Let's say we're getting ready to read The Giver, and The Giver isn't exactly utopia. Again, without spoiling too much, it's more of a dystopia. And what I'm about to create isn't the best thing. You may not like it, but let's just pretend for a moment that I believe, or Bob believes, that this is perfect. Employment. Let's say all citizens will be given an aptitude test upon arrival. Oh, goodness. Arrival. Your career will be given to you based on your scores. You no longer have to worry about choosing a job. We will choose your job for you. Doesn't that sound so very nice? Coming up into this Sugar Drop Valley, you'll take a test, and then your test is going to determine your career in our compound. In our community. Isn't that very nice? Bob really enjoys that. I think Bob is becoming a dictator. He really wants to rule over people, and I don't know what I could do. But we do have some jobs. We have an awesome. You could be a police officer like this gentleman. All right, if you really want to. I could recreate this. All the jobs to choose, or excuse me, all the jobs that we offer. All right, you could be a police officer here. We need some teachers. We need farmers as well. We need, doctors. Okay, we need, let's say, service workers, anything like this, etc., etc. We need a lot of people to work in our place, right? But hopefully you don't hear my cat whining out there. I believe that was Odin crying. But this is just a silly example. Bob would not get the best grade for this, because first of all, it's not done. But again, be creative with it. You're creating this brochure. You're going to present it in front of your classmates. You want it to be a little bit more detailed than what Bob is doing. All right. But the main part is, I just want to make sure everyone feels okay with this project. Come up with, 3 issues that you care about. What are some things that you want to maybe fix in your world? Come up with a name and a slogan, and find some things, down here that would help you, or you believe should be talked about, that could fix your issues. That's the major parts of this assignment, and then you'll just create a lovely little PowerPoint or brochure about your utopia. Again, the website that I was using was Slides Go. Has lots of amazing templates. I couldn't make anything like this unless I gave myself more time, but I procrastinate, and you know that about me. But that is all for now. I think Bob is going to continue to work on this, and maybe he'll ask me to present his final work on Monday or Tuesday, whichever, and you'll see it then. But for now, students and learners, I will see y'all another day. Just shoot me an email if you have any questions. All right, peace.